Firewoman Susana Martinez, and also her husband, Chuck Franco.
Thank you for coming by so that we can share as much information as possible. I'd like to first start off, of course, by thanking the many local, state, and federal fire personnel here working on the Thompson Ridge Fire. You guys are great. Their dedication and their efforts have been outstanding in the face of a very dangerous situation. We now have 220 personnel assigned to this fire, and more are on their way. I'd like, you've already met all the folks that are available to you, state and local folks, to make sure you have questions, maybe in reference to your own property, in reference to, and you'll be able to ask questions at the end of this of anyone, and anyone here that can answer your questions will be able to do that. We're now on day 3 of this fire, which started on Friday afternoon and forced the evacuation of several areas before moving on to our beautiful national preserve, the Valles Calderas. So I have just been given an update on the fire by the Incident Command of the Arizona Central West Zone Type 2 Incident Command Management Team. The fire is now approximately 1,742 acres in size. As folks from Albuquerque, Santa Fe, and the many communities here in the Jemez Mountains could see, the Thompson Ridge Fire burned very actively yesterday. And it was fueled by winds, by steep terrain, and by very thick forest vegetation. And it continues to burn very actively today, but I'm pleased to report that lower temperatures, elevated humidity, and even the chance for some rain are helping the fire suppression efforts. So let's hope the rain and no lightning. Due to safety concerns, the evacuation order of Thompson Ridge will remain for the time being. While the fire did grow yesterday, crews made good progress on the ground, building and maintaining containment lines along the western flank of the fire. At this time, the fire remains still at 0% containment, but progress is being made by the crews on the ground and in the air. Today, Type 2 hotshot crews are working to establish containment lines on the west perimeter of the fire. As we all know, our state is currently experiencing drought conditions that are historic in proportion. We have a very serious situation in our state with the drought. First, the fire danger is high to extreme across the entire state, and we must do everything we can to prevent wildfires to continue to be ready and to act at a moment's notice. So please have your very important documents, prescriptions, any kind of paperwork, insurance, things like that, identification, photo albums that you can't replace, of course. Have them ready in a bucket, a tub, or something that you can just pick up and go with should you be evacuated from your homes. The local, state, and federal agencies have issued fire restrictions covering much of our private and public lands. I urge residents and visitors, of course, to adhere to all fire restrictions and closures. And you can find a list of these restrictions at www.firerestrictions.us. And I'm not sure who's going to be up next. The incident command person who's going to tell you more about the fire.